So Tom Brady's on a pod, and, we'd heard that he was close with Shedeur Sanders, right? That was the whole sale of Shedeur Sanders. He and Tom Brady are close. That means he's a super genius quarterback. So here's Brady's answers to the questions about why Shedeur fell in the draft.
Elephant in the room, Shedeur Sanders. What happened, Tom? Why did he go so late in the draft?
It's a good question. I wasn't a part of any evaluation process or to
Skip Bayless says
that.
otherwise.
No. Well, everyone's got that's the problem with media is everyone can just say whatever the they want. I actually texted Shador because I know him very well. And I said, dude, whatever happens, wherever you go, that's your first day. Day 2 matters more than the draft. I was 199.
Yeah.
So who could speak on it better than me? What that really means. Yeah. Use it as motivation. You're going to get your chances. Go take advantage of it.
Yeah, listen, that sounds Tony Robbins-y, and it was curious to me that when he was asked why did he fall so far in the draft, Tom Brady's like, nobody asked me. I don't know. Well, you're a quarterback, but you're also a football analyst. Am I wrong here? Don't get me wrong, Brady's motivational speech is accurate, and he has lived it, and he was 199, and he makes sure that everybody knows that he used that to motivate him, still uses it to motivate him. That's great. But when you're asked a question as a former quarterback, a guy who's won more Super Bowls than anybody, who also works as a football analyst, isn't it at least your job to give us some summation of why he would fall in the draft? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Yeah, I know you weren't there for workouts. I get it. Okay, so I know you, but you're allowed to give your own opinion. Even if your opinion is those people are all idiots. Look at me. I'm just really surprised that Brady didn't go probably should have taken those interviews seriously, not blowing people off. I know there's questions about his arm strength. I don't have those questions. I've seen him throw a football. You're allowed, even with friends, you're allowed to be critical of them. That's actually what friends are. Now, maybe you could say, hey, a real friend or a real mentor won't be critical of somebody in public. In private, it's a different thing. That's okay. That's an okay response. But I don't know. It's actually his job to know. He's an NFL analyst. And I guess this is where you can recuse yourself and go, hey, I'm just going to recuse myself. I'm too close to this thing. Fine. But you are, in fact, an NFL analyst. Somebody asked you why the guy dropped, and you don't know. You're Tom Brady. You can't pick up the phone and call somebody? You mean to tell me the Raiders didn't tell him why they weren't drafting him? I don't buy that either.
Did you see that video recently that resurfaced? It was, I think it was from the football season. So Dion and Tom Brady are talking. I think it was on the Let's Go podcast. And Dion says to Brady, and I guess Shedeur was on it as well, do you think a college kid needs a Phantom like a Rolls Royce? And Tom Brady's comment in that moment was, I think he needs to get his ass in the film room and spend as much time in there as possible. If he just offered up something like that in that exchange on the podcast, I think maybe the perception that he has was the reason why he fell or something. And I think, too, this is kind of the root flaw with the new media, right? You call in the favors, you secure the big interview, you have the big interview in front of you, you're reluctant to ask the tough follows. Anybody in our industry, I guess traditional media, would have heard that answer from Tom and said you're avoiding the question and then had a follow-up, and that did not exist.
No, doesn't follow up. That's why guys, they want to put themselves in. They want to put themselves in podcasts that they can control. They don't want to do real. They call it new media. It's not media. So, no follow up there was weird. It's Doug Gottlieb Show here on Fox Sports Radio. Again, all he could have said was, hey, I didn't know about the interviews. I can only tell you what I've read and what I've heard. And, these are teaching moments. But to go, I don't know. Why did he drop in the draft? I don't know. I don't know, Raggy. Listen to the answer once again when he was asked why he dropped in the draft.
Elephant in the room, Shedeur Sanders. What happened, Tom? Why did he go so late in the draft?
It's a good question. I wasn't a part of any evaluation process or to
Skip
to
Bayless
see
says
that.
otherwise.
No. Well, everyone's got that's the problem with media is everyone can just say whatever the they want. I actually texted Shador because I know him very well.
Yeah, so none of that.
I said,
again, part of it is the interviewer hops in when he was trying to flesh out some sort of answer. It's a good question. It's a good question. It's a good question. And then you're like, okay, how about an answer that somewhere mirrors the level of the quality of the question? It's a good question. Ha! Good question. Tom Brady. See the teeth? See the hair? Tom Brady. Huh? Dan Byer, it's a good question. All right, it's a good question. Hey, Dan, how come you played so poorly last time you played golf? It's a good question. It's a good question. Good question.
I always feel a good question is a stall tactic. It's never.
It is.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's never an actual compliment on someone's interviewing skills.
Nope.
Unless they go, you know what? That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's
actually great. It's the same response, only completely different, right? Whereas Tom Brady is just, it's a good question. Do that one more time, Dan.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the right comma, the right emphasis, and the right syllable. Yeah.
Because it's
I
like
like the first one he did better because he did the breathing thing. You know what? It's a good question.
how can the Nuggets leave Oklahoma City up 2-0?
Good question. You know what? That's a good question.
Doug, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how you do it. Otherwise, when people are like, "That's a good question," it really means it isn't.